With regards to the matter concerning the Home Secretary, which has been the subject of recent coverage, the Prime Minister made clear to the House yesterday that he is receiving information on the issues raised. Since returning from the G7, the Prime Minister has met both the independent adviser and the Home Secretary and asked for further information. It is right that the Prime Minister, as the head of the executive and the arbiter of the Ministerial Code, be allowed time to receive relevant information on this matter. Honourable members will be updated on this in due course.
Angela Rayner.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for granting this urgent question, and it is an urgent matter because our constituents expect those who make the rules to follow the rules, especially the Minister responsible for upholding the law. There are serious questions to answer following reports that the Home Secretary asked civil servants to organise a private speeding course. So can he start by confirming whether the Home Secretary did or did not ask civil servants for help in this matter? After days of delay, and as the Minister has just pointed out again, the Prime Minister still hasn't decided whether there should be an investigation by his ethics adviser. When can we expect to know what the Prime Minister is thinking on this matter? And when did the Prime Minister be made aware of this issue, when he appointed the Home Secretary or not? The Ministerial Code is clear that ministers will not use their position for personal gain or ask civil servants to help them in a private matter. Does the Minister condone attempts to use civil service for personal matters? Or does he think that any potential breach of this principle should result in an investigation? Reports suggest that officials raised concerns, Mr. Speaker, about the Home Secretary's conduct in emails sent to the Cabinet Office with the Permanent Secretary's full awareness. Officials are said to have been instructed to disregard the request. Was this the case? And on what basis? Furthermore, if the Home Secretary did authorise her special adviser to tell journalists that there was not a speeding penalty, this would surely be classified as the Minister asking officials to breach the Civil Service Code. And does he agree this amounts to a breach of the Ministerial Code? As ministers know, the Home Secretary has already admitted to breaching the Ministerial Code by using personal emails to share sensitive government information. So I ask the Minister today, how many strikes before she's out?
Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Right Honourable Lady has made a number of contentions there, and I'm not, Mr. Speaker, going to get into speculation about the events in question. The Right Honourable Lady will have heard the Prime Minister being very clear yesterday. He was informed of these issues whilst on service of the country in Tokyo at the G7. He was in Japan at the G7. He has returned from the G7. He is gathering the information. What you know of the Prime Minister is that he will deal with these issues properly and professionally. But the first point of that is to gather the information required on which he can take a view. And that is what he is doing.
What's wrong with this country? We used to have proper scandals about sex or money. Or about prime ministers invading Iraq on dodgy evidence in which hundreds of thousands of people die. Apparently this is a scandal, always moral outrage is ludicrous, that a minister asks her private office about something and she takes their advice. What's happened to the Osmovoly rules? We all know what's this all about. They're attacking a good Home Secretary who's trying to attack the real scandal of mass immigration to this country. Give us support.
Minister.
I thank my right honourable friend for the question. There is and I understand what he's saying, but there are, is this all a storm in the teacup? Is the question being asked by my right honourable friend. That the information will be gathered by the Prime Minister. As I said earlier to my honourable friend, whatever that process, I know that the Home Secretary is deeply committed to continue to deliver on her incredibly important work of delivering for the British people.